Good evening. I've got a review of a new book I got this week on painting World War II German military figures. It's by a guy called Michael Farnworth, and I first came across him a couple of years ago looking for painting guides, uniform guides and paint colours, and he's done a number of guides for the likes of Artisan and one or two other figure companies, and I came across some of his guides and used them to paint some of my figures. He's got a Facebook page, and last year he announced he was doing this book, and it is published this week. This arrived a couple of days ago. Got it from North Star Figures, North Star or something or other, through which I did previously order my Artisan figures, my German Fallschirmjäger. So this came through the post a couple of days ago. I've not had a chance to look at it properly. I've just had a quick flick through, but it's by published by Crowood Wargaming Guides. There are one or two others in the series, and this is the back cover. Now, the recommended price is 20 quid. I can't remember actually off the top of my head how much I paid for it, so I don't know whether I paid 20 quid or a bit less, but anyway, it's 176 pages, and it's got information on painting various units of the German army in World War II. So let's have a look at their contents. So we've got research and planning, uniforms and equipment, German camouflage patterns, materials and tools, building and painting techniques, painting recipes, and a couple of pages of extra information. So we start off with information on planning your units and your army. There's some handy comparisons of scales using real figures from different companies and how they measure up to each other. You quite often see posts on Facebook Bolt Action. Can somebody post a picture of how Artisan compares to Bolt Action or compares to Perry, and Michael has done all that for us here with different scales, or the same scales but different companies, and how they measure up together. So we've got information on the German army uniforms, SS uniforms, helmet covers, smocks, rank, badges, Waffen-SS insignia. You'll notice it's got colour illustrations on most pages, and we've got into some camouflage patterns. German camouflage patterns, different ones, some of the obvious ones and a few sort of less familiar, but a whole variety of different patterns, what they were used on, who wore them, a little bit of information about the creation of figures, how they're made, then some information on the tools that you'll need, which I guess most people will have most of already. Building and painting techniques. So this is kind of the nuts and bolts of the book, probably why most people are going to buy it. Different ways, techniques of putting your figures together, and how to paint them. Basing the figures, priming them, and then some step-by-step guides on the actual painting process. Basing your figures, and then we've got the painting and the colour schemes. Thankfully, he includes Vallejo, which is what I use. So we've got Vallejo model and Vallejo game colours, and also included Citadel and Army Painter in case you use those. And then we have the sort of stage by stage techniques with the different types of uniforms, and then we go on to how to paint the camouflage. So here we've got the colours that he recommends for the different camouflage. Stumpfmuster, Winter Parkers, Splinter, all the main ones that you're going to come across, and how to build them up, what colours to use. And then we've got Luftwaffe, Kriegsmarine, SS, and we get towards the end of the book. So I mean, I shall enjoy looking at that and using that to base some camouflage. I've got several SS units I need to paint up, so this will be handy in working out what colours I'm going to use. And the photographs in here are excellent. Certainly the models that they've used, they're not all by the author. There's a handful of different painters in the hobby have provided illustrations and photographs and painted models, which have been used well throughout the book, as well as in sections that he's obviously created himself for the painting guides. But all in all, looks a fairly interesting book, and I shall look forward to looking at that in more detail. So that's Modelling and Painting World War II German Military Figures by Michael Farnworth, published by Crowood Wargaming Guides. I got mine from North Star. It is available on Amazon and published this week. So, thanks for watching.